see. I probably will be on stream in a second here. Hello. Live streaming back in the USA. About to. Let's see. Go to Discord and promote the stream. If anyone's in here, I will be answering questions sooner or later. Well, we'll see if anyone's going to jump in on this stream. Hopefully. If not, I'm going to look really stupid. We'll see. Hey, Ethan, how's it going? I see ya in the stream. How you doing, my man? Everyone hates my movies. That's the title of this stream. For a very good reason. As we're talking right now, today is the day YouTube has purged nearly 50 subscribers from my account, and still going. I ended up uploading a bunch of live streams, and I did not realize this would be thrown to everyone's sub boxes. So I think that this would facilitate a lot of loss of subscribers. I love your movies, at least a lot of them. Oh, wow. Hey, Joshua. Yeah, basically what ended up happening is I unprivatized a bunch of live streams, and I didn't realize that YouTube would send this to people's sub boxes. And it basically has started an uproar, and I have lost, up to this point, let's see how many. It's growing every minute. 32, 36 subscribers so far. How many on the day so far, which is not great. But again, I think also it's better to get rid of the excess, people who don't want to be here. So I'm not going to take the live streams down. I'm going to leave them up. I think it's better for me to just leave them up. So... rough day. Sorry, dude. Yeah, no big deal. Honestly, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty chill. Usually, I would be more oh my gosh, I gotta take down the live streams and gotta do all this stuff. But I'm gonna use it as a motivating thing for me. I think I've had a huge portion of my audience not be very activated by my work. And I think I just need to let those people go and not worry about the number and care more about actual engagement from actual people like Charlie or Ethan or Joshua, people here who are in the stream right now. I think I need to care more about the people who are engaged rather than the people who aren't. So that being said, if you want to promote my movie, because my new movie didn't do super great out the gate, mostly because I kind of hot dropped it and I wanted to try something different. One thing that you could do right now is go to that film, give it a like, comment, give it a view, leave a review on Letterboxd if you haven't already. I really would appreciate anyone who has not done those things to just quick hop over there and do that. That would be very helpful to get people interested in the movie. Trying to get the film up to 1,000 views at least to start. I think the reviews have been pretty solid, which is good. It seems like people are really enjoying the reviews. Writing the reviews, so that's solid. You need to remember what slices of pizza are biggest and focus on those, Dan. Yeah, I think that's a kind of a healthy metaphor for what I'm trying to go for right now, which is basically focus on what's working, focus on, what's going well, and not focusing on what's not going well. I think that making film is such a finicky thing, because you're always kind of at war with like what people's tastes are, why do they subscribe to you, the context in which they subscribe to you about. And in this case, it's hard sometimes. You find an audience and you think that they're only there for your content, but like sometimes they're there for different reasons. And someone who subscribed to your channel 2 years ago may not have the same motivation to be watching your movie as someone today, right now. So focus on what you enjoy. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I've been enjoying making the movies I've been making, and I'm really excited. Again, for everyone who hasn't, please go check out Picking Up the Pieces, which is my brand new movie. Give it a like, comment, and a share on that film. Like, literally just help push the algorithm, because right now the algorithm does not respond to feature-length films on YouTube. It's very hard to get people to be very responsive to that stuff. So the more engagement I can get on those films, the more likely I'm going to be able to make those films for an audience that really wants to see them. So if you have any interest in me kind of continuing doing feature films, do that. Let's see. I'm going to pin the message. So pinned up top is the movie if you want to check it out. So let's see. Where is the movie? So it's on my channel. It's on my YouTube channel. You can, and I pinned a link to it in this chat if you want to. It's literally the last video I uploaded. So if you just go on my channel, you can see it's the very last thing that I checked out and put on this channel. Obviously, I'm hoping that people will enjoy the content, enjoy the movie, and hopefully, want to see more of it. Ironically, the funny thing is, though, despite being down like literally like 40 subscribers on the day, the views have been very good. The views in terms of like today's views have been very solid. So I think that like it's sometimes funny how the algorithm works. It sort of pushes you to different corners, and I think that that's important to sort of activate a new audience. So I think that's one thing that I've been trying to promote, is just trying to activate a new audience of people who are interested in my work. I promise I do not mean to be critical by asking this, but there might be some sort of based on the 922 Films label. No, I'm 100% sure it's based on the live stream, because there was no loss of subscribers. I put the live streams back up, and then instantly I started losing subscribers like every minute. So I do not think it is because of the changing of the branding. I think it's 100% because I did not understand how I just figured, if I unprivatize these things, they don't go up as uploads. And I don't think they went up as uploads, but I think they got pushed to people's sub boxes. And I think what ended up happening is basically it got pushed to a bunch of people's sub boxes. And then I think a bunch of people who were not activated by my work, like hadn't checked it out in years, got these and then said, I don't like this guy anymore, or I don't know who this even is. Sometimes you subscribe for something and then it changes. So I think it actually kind of pushed a bunch of stuff. Definitely will check it out. You could try doing a live stream of the movie with you in the chat sometime. That's actually what I was thinking about doing in a little bit. Potentially just streaming the movie with the sound off, just because there's some music. I mean, I guess I could time it where the music is. Yeah, they filled up my sub page. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think ended up happening. I think a bunch of people saw it, and I don't really know if the best thing for me should be to take it down or not, or what. But at this point, I feel like I've already committed to leaving them up, so I might just leave them up. But who knows? I don't know if I take them down if they would go away. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess I could theoretically privatize all of them. But I don't really know if that would solve the problem. Let me take a poll. Maybe you guys can tell me what you guys think. I also felt like if anyone's willing to like unsubscribe for such a fickle reason that like they probably shouldn't, they don't deserve to like be a subscriber in the first place. I'm pumped for the live stream, but it's kind of dumb on YouTube's side to push them there. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I do think it is giving me an algorithmic boost in terms of views, though, because like I think YouTube is confusing people thinking I have like a bunch of new uploads up when it's like these are not new uploads. And obviously, again, when you upload 50 live streams and it goes out to like dozens of your subscribers, that's definitely not a good not a good thing necessarily. Yeah, it was up to 6,700. Now it's down to 6,666. That is spooky. But I don't know. I think I'm just gonna like use it as a teaching lesson. And I think at some level, I have kind of become more chill with the premise of like, hey, maybe I'll lose some people, but maybe those people weren't the right people to begin with. And I think that's how you grow your channel, is to bring in people you want, not necessarily people who don't really want to be there. But that's just my thought process on the whole, making all these live streams. Maybe, and I'm open to hear what people think. If people think I should take them down, like you think it's so annoying that I should take them down, I could. It's not like super hard to do. I just don't know if it necessarily is. Like at this point, I've already lost like 30 subscribers. I don't think it's necessarily worth it to like not commit to what I was already committing to do at this point. Yeah. That's my thought process. I think the harm is kind of done. I think it's like it already got sent out. Yeah. I think that it's like whatever damage has been done. I guess if I privatize the videos, then there wouldn't be any more people getting them in their sub boxes. But at this point, I think that I don't know if I really care per se. Does that make sense? Because I'm just kind of like, well, YouTube already fucked me over a little bit. I might as well just kind of continue down this. The one advantage is that I'm getting a high number of views because all my shit is getting pushed in the sub boxes right now. So it's like at some level, I might as well take the only algorithmic change that's happening right now that's in the good realm, which is like people are watching my stuff, I guess. Even if it is a lot of people unsubscribing, it's still like a lot of people checking out my shit. So maybe it's unintentionally good in a way too. But yeah, I'm interested to see what you guys think about picking up the pieces, the movie. I've really been like very excited to promote this one, trying to get it up to 500 views, trying to get it to 1,000 views. Trying to just grow this film for the algorithm, because right now algorithm does not benefit these type of movies. So let's see. 1 second. I'm excited though. Anyone have any questions about the film, about anything in general about my channel? I will be talking about picking up the pieces pretty soon and just maybe playing it. I think I'm going to play it right now. Give me a second to play a displayed capture of this. Just give me 1 second. Because I think I can... how do I move my screen? Give me a second. This might take me 30 seconds to engage. Okay. If I put it on here, I will be watching the movie. If you're going to watch the movie along with me, I would really suggest if you have it on computer to open it up another tab and just watch it for the algorithm, watch it for the view. But we will be watching the film live. I think this is a great. So the movie is about two brothers, and basically the gist of the story is their parents both die tragically, and they have to clean up their parents' house. And one brother lives at the house, and the other brother is an artist who kind of is distant, and they sort of meet up to clean up the parents' house so they could sell it. And I played the older brother, and Josh Horvath of Tora Films plays the younger brother. Hopefully, people will enjoy this. I think I can put the volume on this. Let me see. Give me a second. Let me put it on like minimally desktop audio. So I think this is, I don't know, is this annoying? I think I can play it like quieted enough on here that it's not gonna like overwhelm my voice. This is more of a commentary playthrough, if anything. But yeah, I'm thankful for everyone who is here today to check out the movies and check out the stuff, and I hopefully people enjoy it. You know, yeah, let's see. Yeah, if you want to see my algorithm, I forgot that people can see this. You can see people. I'm losing subscribers by the minute. Okay. I wish there was a way to check my. I guess I could check my chat on my phone. Give me a second. My phone might be dead though. Yeah, it is. So I'll pop back in for questions in a minute. But yeah, this is picking up the pieces. I shot this movie at my parents' house. I had just been going through the start of a divorce. I had to live at my parents' for a couple months because I was in between places. And I lived in the basement, and I was living amongst a bunch of like supplies and like food and stuff. My parents had a lot of like food and supplies. And it was just kind of cluttered and all over the place, and it looked pretty bad like when I got there. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to like clean up my space a little bit. So I ended up offering to clean up the house a little bit, and part of that was making a movie to clean up the house, because I thought, well, this is a great opportunity to show growth and change. You know, it's kind of a unique way to show growth and change. So, hey Ryan, got to get back to work. Hello and bye from Australia. We're getting the director's commentary edition. Oh hell yeah! So yeah, this is basically the next scene. This is the shower scene in terms of like. There's this. I think it's funny because like he checks his phone and then you see there's a message written by Josh's character that we wrote, and specifically we kind of like made fun of how he was writing, kind of like a very cringy post. And then we got the Josh's first scene. Here's him just kind of making this really generic logo. I think we literally just found a logo template that said B&B on it. And I was like, that is the perfectly generic logo. We wanted to make something that we wanted to be clear that whatever he was making was about the most drab thing you could possibly be making. What audio recording gear are you using for the film? I used some lav mics from Rode, and I'm currently using a Blue Yeti microphone for live streaming. So it's the Rode Link lavalier mics. I think they're about $400 or $500 a piece. We had two of them. The cables do fritz on them pretty often, and that's a $100 replacement. I've had to replace a couple of them, which is not good. But overall, I like them. I think they're very good, solid mics, and I think the audio quality on here speaks for itself. Obviously, I don't know how good the audio quality is for you guys because like I'm playing this pretty quietly right now. But that's how I record the audio for the film. Oh shit! I was playing Cockatoo Twins in the background. Hopefully my live stream won't get pulled down. Cockatoo Twins. That was my idea. It was actually. Let me put my mic down a little bit on here. My Cockatoo Twins was actually my girlfriend Maria's idea. She was a really big fan of Cockatoo Twins, and I decided to. She showed me the song, and so then I guess it was technically my idea to put it in the film, but she was the one who like showed me the band.
Yep. I had to go get my headphones.
Yeah, the typo was on purpose for sure.
Oh my gosh.
It's Gus.
I gotta be careful with copyright. I didn't even realize
He misses you,
I was
man.
playing the copyrighted music on the live stream. Hopefully that won't be a problem.
Ivan,
I've been doing good. How about yourself?
doing pretty good.
But yeah, Cockatoo Twins was definitely an idea that I came up with that was inspired by my girlfriend. I do love that song. It's a really great song.
Gus, come on.
This shot was unique because like I felt like you got this like bird's eye view of like the house, and I just thought like it was very strange shot. And the whole film is kind of has this disconnected sort of feel to it. Like you're sort of a part of the action, but like from a distance. You're never in the action. I think so many movies want you to be in the character's headspace, and I think in this movie I didn't want you to be in the character's headspace. I wanted you to be observing this like this is like a memory, like a childhood memory, or like a memory, a specific time and place. And I didn't really want to like make this too romanticized and too like, you know, aggrandized for most of the movie. There's only really one close-up scene, like one or two close-up scenes in this movie in general. But yeah, Cockatoo Twins was definitely a good choice on that.
Yeah, really. Yes, I'm happy for you, man.
Yeah, my parents' dogs, Gus and Ruby, were good little extra actors in the the film. I think they had a lot of like texture. They just seem like, because they're like, I mean, this is their home and this is their place, and they're just very just lovable dogs. I just feel like they add so much texture to the scenes that they're in, and like gives Josh in this scene like a lot to do, because he's like supposed to be the distracted, like sort of like not as aware younger brother, and I'm like the one who's like, oh my gosh, like we need to get to like do stuff right now. And I don't know, I thought it was very funny. He's like shedding over there.
Yeah.
Very good.
Seriously, we should.
Hey, I'm here. I just woke up from a nap. My sleep is so messed up. Hey, Jenny. I like the shot. It's like you're a kid watching your parents fight on top of the stairs. Yeah, that's definitely something. That's a very astute sort of look into the film. I think that definitely. When I was making this film, like emotionally, I had just moved back into this place, and so I was like really like, oh my gosh, like I need to like. I was flooded with all these thoughts and emotions about this place, because I hadn't been there in 7 years consistently. I had like visited family once in a while here and there, but like I hadn't like lived there in like 7 or 8 years. And so going back to it, it was a very different experience. And I lived in my brother's room because that was the only room that was available.
Better versions.
So that was strange as well. And I think it actually added to the movie, because like I got to almost see through his eyes, his experience of our childhood. He's a shedder.
I'm giving this to you.
That's funny.
Handle it.
It's a good line.
Yeah.
Josh really adds a lot of texture to his dialogue. Very funny stuff.
I'll be back out in a minute.
I think he really brings the comedy heat in this movie. If my character is the straight man of the story, the character who is the sort of like, you know, the emotional core of the film, I think Josh's character is the comedic core of this film. He really brings a lot of fun to this movie. This scene particularly. I've heard mixed reactions. Some people like the scene, some people don't. I think this scene's hilarious. I think that this is like one of the funniest scenes I've ever put on a movie. I think Josh, this is just exactly how brothers act. I think you see like the sort of immaturity of Josh's character and the maybe the overbearing weight that my character thinks he has on his shoulders, that he has to like control everything to the most micro degree.
Next one.
And as an older brother, I think I relate to both characters in a way. And I definitely see myself in the older brother, and I also see myself in the younger brother character. And I felt this was great. Ironically, I feel like Josh kind of looks like my brother a little bit, like maybe a slightly different version of him, but like he kind of looks like him. So it kind of, I don't know, added to the...
Better at this next time.
There's a part where we show our childhood photos in like the background.
Oh, actually.
And I wasn't worried about it because I was like, Josh kind of looks like my brother Joe. Like if I at a glance, real quick glance, I don't think most people would recognize that he wasn't my brother. The hose law, people that don't have brothers do not understand. I thought, no, I am the oldest. I am the oldest child, so the unbearable weight of being the oldest child. This scene is funny too because like I wanted to do a scene about pottery. We didn't have pottery. We had this like metal, like this metal thing, and then I thought it was funny to pretend like the mom made this really weird, janky piece. And one thing that I've always known is that like when people are like, you know, get to a point in life when they're like someone's died and they want to get rid of their stuff, there's usually two types of people. There's the people who are like, yeah, get rid of it all, burn it, sell it, whatever. And then there's the people that like hold on to stuff forever and they want to keep everything because they think that like those objects imbue the spirit of that person. And I thought that was funny how my character is the more spiritual one in the movie and Josh's character is the more Josh's character is the more,
Well, I had to live
you know, atheistic. Maybe not atheist. He's Christian, I think, in the film, but like he's got a more hands-off approach. He doesn't care what we do with the stuff. He's like, just get rid of it. That's interesting. Since Joe normally seems so much more stoic than you, yeah, Joe is younger than me. Joe is nearly, he's 18 months younger than me, and Jenny is confused, I believe, about the fact that I'm not the middle brother. So, I don't know. It was fun being the older brother character in this. My hair looks crazy here, by the way. My hair just looks super, super long. I hadn't had a haircut for a while, and then I was thinking about possibly growing it out, and I don't think I ended up cutting it not too long after finishing this movie. Sometimes I use that as a way to like stop myself from shooting reshoots by just literally like stopping, you know, any possibility of it even happening. Let's see. This scene was cool. This is the only scene we didn't use actual lav mics on it. I think the lav mics were dead, and we didn't realize the batteries were dead, and so we just used the cam audio. The audio is okay here, but it was passable enough that I was like, there's no reason for me to re-record this. If I re-record this, I'm wasting time. So I did not really think that was worth wasting time over. So this was cool. The sequence scene. This scene is the scene we took the most retakes on because we couldn't get the audio right. You can actually see in the corner. You can see the mic right here, a little bit, like little wires and shit. Little BTS there for you. If you really weren't looking for it, I don't think you'd see it because you're probably looking at the faces of people. You're probably looking at the dog. You're probably looking at, you know, the sequence board. But there is those little cables there, and you can notice it if you're very astute.
Anytime we ever asked anybody,
Can I drop my video to the bottom right? Yeah, I could do that.
like, hey, you want to play
Let me
sequence? And
do
like, what is sequence, which I kind of find weird. Why is
this.
It, like,
Give
why
me a
does it
second.
only play anything normal?
I don't know. This is normal to me.
Could you drop your video bottom?
And guess
Okay, I put it in the bottom right now, so it should be. I think this is what you want to see. I'm gonna go to theater mode as well, so you don't have to see, you can see more of the movie. Yeah, this scene was fun. I really love this game sequence. It's actually a really fun game, But I thought it was funny because like Josh did not know what the fuck sequence was, and so when I was like, "Well, they play sequence," he's like, "Well, what the hell is sequence?" And I was like, "It's a game," and he's like, "Well, okay, well, what's the dialogue about?" And I'm like, "Well, it could literally be about like how you don't remember what sequence is, and like I do, and you like are making fun of it." So
what basically happened is
we used so there's a part where the
got messed up.
the power went out in the so what ends up happening is basically at my parents' place the power randomly fritzes on the top floor when you use like any certain appliances, and I thought it'd be fun to like write that into the plot of the movie and be like, well, the basement has no power, because I thought like it was a cool unique quirk, and B, I think it added a depressingness to some of the final scenes when like the characters feel like they're literally trapped in like a hellscape. No idea what sequence is. Awesome. Now we get to see more of the movie uncropped. Perfect. Yeah, you don't have to see anything cropped. Sorry. Next time, if anyone notices that right out the gate, like I will make sure to. I didn't mean to make it look cropped. I think it adds a lot of like character to these scenes when they're like going in the basement and like cleaning up the stuff, because technically, if I put the lights on, you would see, oh, this is the part with the Cocteau Twins. I gotta put this on, off. I just want to make sure I'm not getting copywritten, because YouTube has a different policy for live streams than it does for regular videos, I believe. So, no Cocteau Twins. But yeah, this is cool. This is, my parents have like this little like, this canning station where they have like all their canned goods. And I don't know, this scene just looks really cool. I love this. I just love the way this basement looks. And it just looks very, very, very unique, would be the word. I feel like bonding over obscure board games is part of family life. My dad's house is condemned. This movie makes me dread cleaning it. You have it in the house and you have all those memories because it's there. Yeah. But yeah, Sequence is definitely a great game. I think one thing I like about this movie is like how short it is. It's like a quick. I feel like if you double the length of this movie, it would just become very, very, very overbearing. Because I feel like as this movie, you're getting a snapshot into their lives, but you're not getting like the Hollywoodized version, which is like probably 90 minutes long. It probably involves extra characters. It probably involves a big dramatic speech, which the movie does have in this movie. But I don't know. I think that the way we did it here was very enjoyable, and I think it doesn't overstay its welcome. And I will put the volume back on. Sorry, I just realized the volume was off. This is funny. This actually plays better. There was a color version of the movie that was originally made, and the can is red. That's like the joke. I think the dialogue still kind of
I wonder if the 23 flavors
explains the joke. It was funnier, I think, in the version with color, because it was like, oh, he's got a red can after he just told him to get a green can. But again, I think everyone knows based on the dialogue that he didn't get what he
really buy the
wanted.
marketing, don't you?
Yeah.
But
Ultra
overall,
watermelon.
this scene was really fun because
Kind of
Josh
fucking
like was
sick,
laughing.
vile person with what the,
He said the 23 flavors thing, and I started laughing, and he thought I was cutting the film. Like, he thought I was not going to put this
Somebody
in there,
that
and then I
likes
was like, no, this is really funny. It's
Sour
funny that you
Patches.
genuinely laughed when I said that. This is my favorite scene in the
choose
movie,
that
the faith scene,
look at those knots right there.
because I feel
That's
like this is
Our
like
Father.
the most
So
me
Hail
and
Mary
Josh
and Our
the movie ever
Father.
gets.
And each knot.
You
you're
get
supposed
the
to
very like
knot in your
Catholic view from my character, the very
minute.
Christian view from. Obviously, I think Josh is playing a little bit more of a caricature in this scene. He's playing
got stress balls.
like the interested in like televangelism, which is definitely not what he believes. I don't think.
Grandfather's rosary. Look how small this is.
But this scene, I think, is the most true of all the scenes. And I feel like I was just at a funeral not too long ago, and I feel like I had almost a similar thought as my character in the scene about my
do you mean?
brother and certain things.
I mean,
No,
do
these are you don't sell these. These
Yeah.
are like
I think
heirlooms.
this is a very relatable scene.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
I'm out of the loop. Is this for the 12 for 12? This
figured
is for
you
the
take
12 for
two, I'd
12.
take
Hey, Dave Knopp
Yeah,
from
I
Knopp
mean,
Top
You
Films,
want
man.
them? I mean,
Knopp Top.
What do you mean?
I used to watch you when I was a kid, man.
Take two.
don't
I'm not gonna be
really-
mad.
Very,
I don't
very
use
inspirational guy.
like,
Check out
you
his
still
channel.
use them?
Yeah, I still go to church. You don't go to church?
But yes, this is for the 12 for 12. This is a feature film I made. This
Kinda
is
into, like,
number 11, technically. Released as number 6.
You know,
So filmed 11th,
Contemporary
released as 6th. I'm
Christianity.
releasing another feature film very
Like-
soon, probably within the week.
Like you go to
like
like,
the
a contemporary.
TV, like
This
the
is
TV ones,
the
like
big one that I wanted to release this month. I got
I
another one coming, hopefully a couple
Like,
more before the
I
end of the
guess,
year. We'll
yeah.
see. Who knows?
That. No,
People hate
No,
my
like,
movies. That's
using
another
the
thing I was
rosary
talking about.
anymore, you know?
Mostly
They are
because I
cool, though,
like
like-
accidentally posted a bunch of live
It just
streams.
did
and I think
mean a lot to you.
it killed
I
my
get it.
viewership. I lost like what 44 subscribers
Yeah, okay.
now.
Just take
Lost 44 subscribers on the day. That's pretty knob top, yay.
You know, Mom would be like really fucking pissed if that like.
But overall, I
Yeah.
think it's very, very special that I got to make this movie. I really love the way this movie turned out, and
Like,
I'm
no, I mean,
very
like,
happy
Yeah, I know.
with all the
I'm
scenes.
at,
I
though.
think
I
that
kind
this was a great,
Connects with me more. You know, there's like a more artistic.
It felt
it's not
like
as,
very
sort of a
me
structured
in this
thing.
moment.
More
It felt like
artistic
very much
than,
like what I
like, the
wanted to
Latin
say.
It's about
mass
your
with-
relationship.
No.
I wanted to say
How
these
is it
things.
more artistic? Explain.
I
to me.
wanted to get these
Look at-
things
I mean,
off
just
my
look at the
chest. And I
Latin
think like this
masses
movie
that we
really
used to go
let
to. I
me
mean, we're
kind
talking about the most
delve
ornate
deeply
art you've
into
ever seen. How is
brotherhood
that more
in a way
artistic?
that I
I love
think
that.
that
We're talking
Toby
about
Keith,
the
how the-
mind
I think I'd
and
always
heart and
wanted to make a
spirit.
movie kind
It's
of like this, but I never had the
just don't
maybe the
get that when
guts
you're
to say it.
counting 100 Hail Marys a day. It's just like routine, religion.
I think even in this movie,
Relig-
just in general, I think
religions.
Josh
You grew
just
up on this
seemed like
and this
really
and this and
Yeah,
this.
I'm not saying it's
weird.
like I don't believe. Like obviously, like
I just
yeah,
feel like we play brothers
Mary's
very well.
cool.
Oh, so now Mary's not
Like,
cool for you?
she's cool,
interact
but
like
it's
we're
not like
brothers.
I'm not praying to Mary. Like Jesus is in here, you know. Like it's a
When
real,
we
like,
made this film, we were
Oh,
both
we're
kind of in
concrete.
very strongly
What the fuck
like
have you been listening to?
undesirable situations at the time. And I feel like this really was a very cathartic and therapeutic movie for both of us to make. Yeah, this would be Multiple Maniacs all over again. Is that the John Waters movie? This is cool because there's these like spider webs that are in my mom's computer, which is like it just adds such a character. If you, in the background you can hear my girlfriend, I think she's talking on the phone laughing right now. So, let's see. Where did the film go? Sorry, I know I'm like kind of popping in and out. The perfume, he sniffs it. No, it's funny. Sniffs the mom's perfume. I thought that was such like a weird detail that he
Smoky
added
eyes,
in there. That was
you know?
Very smoky.
good. This scene was fun to
How many
film.
fires do you think we've
I
had
knew it was just gonna have a really
over
cool
the
aesthetic to it because of the fire and the night. It's crazy to think that like the remainder of this
when we
movie
were
is literally
kids.
1,
exactly.
2, 3, 4,
Man,
5 or 6 scenes, and that's it.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
20 minutes left, but like I
Remember?
think that slow meditative
Oh my
quality
gosh,
really
fucking
added
smoke.
it
a
follows.
lot
Yeah, I know.
to the genuineness of these
Fuck,
characters. I feel like you definitely feel like
Remember
Josh
when I
and
used
Dan's
to do
characters are
when we were
very
kids?
like
We would do these
in the
stories,
same
and at the
world
end of
of
the
each
story,
other.
it was like a
They-
monster
they-
story.
they-
You might have been too young.
they are definitely
At the end of
brothers.
each story, it was always Grandma as the villain.
I love the theme of lights in between you
Grandma,
two.
it was
Oh my
Just like that with the
God.
kitchen and the basement.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
that's
should
actually a
be-
very
I never thought about that.
weirdly
So it would
like
always be
not
like
intentional,
Bad
but
grandma
like
dreams.
I see
would
what you're
always
saying.
dream,
Like
my
the
fucking
kitchen,
room saying
there's
bad
the
grandma, it's like
flashlight,
bad
there's the
that should be
fire,
Yeah.
there's
It would
the
always
light
be
in
like
the rosary
something
scene.
would happen, and then the story
Even
would
like
be,
the
oh, it was
door, there's
Grandma.
a light in the
So
middle
it
of
would
the
be
door.
like
It's
this
always
really
these
scary,
like
oh, there's this
pools of light.
monster with his mouth
that are kind of, like,
bleeding,
dividing
and doing all
us
this terrible things, and it
in a
would
way.
always end up just being Grandma. That was the funniest.
Even in the scene with the us
never
fighting,
put
there's
that
kind of like a
together.
light that's like between us, above
You were
us.
so young, man. You were like
So,
5
I
or something.
very, very
So
unintentional, but very cool
I have a
nonetheless.
confession to make. You remember that one year? I was probably like.
Let's see what the
16.
analytics are saying.
Could have been older than that. But
YouTube being like,
Dad had just
pushing
gotten
my
back
movies, I
from
guess.
Vegas, and he
Let's
had
see.
won like $10,000 in slots and had all that cash sitting in his dresser.
um,
That
Yeah.
was- yeah. Remember how he's
Unintentional
like,
framing. Yeah, sometimes that's
kinda
the best.
bad
It's just
that
sometimes you get lucky
some of it, like,
and you frame a movie and it
kinda
just
went
turns out the
missing.
way it turns out.
I don't want to be seeing this
There's
one
nothing
now.
really you can do about it other than
Are you
just
fucking
what
saying
it
you
is.
took Dad's money?
Yeah, like every couple
It
of
just kind of comes out
days, it just
looking
be
cool,
$100
looking,
here, $100
looking snazzy,
there.
looking special.
And
I would do the most innocent shit ever. I do something small, fucking a rap on the knuckles anytime.
This
I
is
do
a very
anything.
like.
And you're telling me you were
I
pulling
don't know.
hundos?
This is
from
very
fucking,
enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
I just really.
No,
fucking-
I think this is one of those movies
we
I'll
went
look
out
back
here-
in
You're-
like 10
you're
years
impossible,
on and be
dude.
so thankful that I put this out.
we went out here with
I think
some friends
that's
and just-
what I'm most excited about. And if you're just jumping in, you're new to the stream. The movie is called Picking Up the Pieces.
you smoked what?
It's an independent film released on the $5 Film School, formerly known as 922 Films channel. If you don't
smoke
remember,
weed.
Grass,
I mean, you're,
what you could
look
do
at
to
the
support
type.
the film, you can go give it a like
You're
and a
so
comment
fucking
right now.
dumb,
Like if you
man.
go
You
onto
did
the film,
such
it's the last
dumb
upload
shit
I
when you were a
uploaded.
kid.
Give it a like and a comment. That will
it's
help
just-
us immensely. If you
I mean,
have
you've
seen
grown
the
up
film
with that,
already,
hopefully.
leaving a review on Letterboxd definitely
You
will
don't
be a
smoke still.
huge
Please tell
help.
me you don't smoke still.
Nah,
Because
not
You
really.
do.
you
fucking
need to get
do.
as many good ratings as possible in order to push it to more people.
Look at me in the eyes.
So if you want to help us support it, give it a review, give it a comment on
You just
YouTube,
gotta
give it a
get your-
like,
you just gotta
share it
get your
around to
shit
your
together,
friends, share it
man.
on
You're
Twitter,
like,
share it on
how
Facebook,
old are you?
wherever
Dude,
you
it's weird.
reside on the internet.
Come on. Really, you're gonna.
But
It's not that it's
You're gonna
weed. It's just that you like.
I'm so thankful that people are
it
checking out the
speaks
film,
to your
and I really
disposition,
can't
the
wait
way
to
you
see.
are, that you would
I
do
like
something
Josh's
that's just so.
comment. This is such a good little
Oh,
comment.
it doesn't
right
matter.
here.
It's not that big of a
the-
deal. It's a paper
the different
cut. But 1,000
insignias
paper
from the
cuts is gonna
cards.
bleed you dry, man.
Bro.
I'm
I
not
think
saying
that like
smoking
this
weed
might
is
be one of the
terrible.
last movies that I make in
Yeah,
this
but you are saying you're disappointed.
like very minimalist style. Obviously, I got a
I
few
don't
more
care.
coming out, but like
Fucking mad, dude.
I've made this in a very minimalist way. I think like I would definitely like if I could go back,
I do what
I would definitely
wanna
add
do
more
in life.
coverage, more
I don't freaking
dialogue,
judge
more
you.
interaction,
I
more
was just trying to
visuals.
say a
little bit of everything.
You know. You
Okay,
know,
But I
you
think
know the
like
story.
I'm very
you
proud
know,
of
it's
like
just, yeah,
how
I
well we
smoked
act against
weed
each
out
other.
here when I was 16, and
I think you
doesn't
can't
fucking
deny
matter.
that like this
I was thinking about breathing.
movie is very much realistic. You feel like these characters are like brothers. I love Josh's drawing.
How about this? How about we
Liking
just
this
enjoy the
live
fire
video
and
helps
not do
too.
this
Thank
every
you
time?
for reminding.
Cool.
Liking the live stream also is very helpful. That's like a very big part of promoting this live as well. If anyone also drum up support in the Discord if you want to. If you're part of the Discord, I'm going to be starting to upload more frequently. I will be releasing another feature film probably in the next few days to sort of get as many features out this year as possible because I wanted to release as many of the 12 features as I can.
Before Dad
I really think that
and Mom passed away.
I have a commitment to the audience that I promised that I would
They
get
put
12
me in
features out. I didn't
charge
say I
of
would
the
release them in one year,
state
but
and
if I can get as many of them
all
out
that
as possible this year, it would definitely, I think, make people very
And the reason they
happy.
did that is
to
because
see
they said I was
the
the
work
only one
done.
who had personal responsibility.
How much dialogue script did you make for these films? There was no scripting at all. I'm really starting
You
to,
understand
to
how much
enjoy
weight
realism in
I
film.
have on my shoulders.
Tell me that you. So it's
much
Tell
fucking
Me
weight
You
I
Love Me
have.
is the next film
Trying
coming
to
out.
keep this all
Yes, that
together,
will be
keep the
out
house.
in a couple days. And yeah, I do
Everything-
enjoy
our
realism
family
myself.
fucking
I feel like
moving
it's
on
something
from
that
this shit.
really can
And-
be very enjoyable.
What your little story tells me
And Nop Top had
is
a
that
question.
you never
He
grew
said,
up. You never fucking
"Yeah, so
got
none of it was scripted. This was all completely improv.
Fucking Mom and Dad
Like
needed
I guess
you.
each scene was kind
in a
of
moment of
brainstormed
need.
before filmed."
Dad needed
In the sense that like I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about this, or oh, we're gonna
And you
talk about this,
fucking
and
just-
I obviously
you
knew where
bailed,
it was
dude.
going, but I did not have a single
bailed
line
on-
of dialogue
on
scripted.
everything
So
that mattered.
every interaction between the two characters is real.
'Cause you got
every
some
interaction is literally
fancy
me
graphic
talking and
design
Josh
job,
responding.
and you
to
got
what
to
I'm
live your
saying.
dream. You got to do everything you've ever wanted.
And it's what's incredible is that like there was very little
So I'm not mad that you
redos.
smoked
We
some
didn't
weed.
redo a lot of
We've
stuff.
all done stuff.
The
that we
majority
regret
of the
or
stuff was
that's
done in a
stupid.
very first take. Actually,
I'm mad
Josh
at
has a
you
very big scene where he
because
like
weren't there
screams
when
and
it
goes
counted.
crazy. You'd think we would have recorded 8 times. We recorded once, and it was so good. It was so good that we just didn't. There was no reason to re-record it. Okay, I gotta mute for music purposes. I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, I'm still tired. I know it's tell. 12 features Christmas. Yeah, that would be really. I'm hoping maybe we can get a few more out this year. If I could get at least Tell Me You Love Me out by the end of the year, I think I'll be happy to have released 7 movies in 1 year. If not, and I can't get that anything more than that, that's fine. If I can get out more than that, if I can get like 2 more after that, if I could get 9 films out on the year, I think I'd be very proud of the work that we did. 9 films is nothing to sniff at. 9 films is very, very. That's a lot of films. Josh's performance here is just amazing. I just closed the door and I did not even know what he gave me until like I literally just watched it. So that was cool. I didn't even get a chance to direct him because he was like, I need to get in the space. And I was like, yeah, I understand that. Sheepland. Yeah, Sheepland will be coming soon. I don't know what's next. I think it'll be Tell Me You Love Me. Then there'll be a couple other movies and then probably Sheepland. I think Sheepland, who knows? Sheepland might be the last thing we release. It might be. I'm hoping it will be out soon. The only hold up is just basically audio editing right now. Is keeping it from being like finished. Here we go. I think Josh's performance is just wonderful here. I think this scene is the best scene in the film. There was a longer cut that the audio was scuffed on that I wish we could have used, but I felt like this chopped up version played the scene better. I like the sort of physical violence. If you've ever grown up with brothers, I think like everyone gets into a physical, fist fight eventually with one of your brothers one of these days. And I definitely replayed 1 or 2 fist fights that we had, me and my brother. This scene was, I think, the best scene because Josh's character is holding back the whole film, and he gets really no big moment.
This is you.
And then he just unloads on me.
Pushing the fucking envelope.
And
that's why shit's fucked.
This is one take. The one thing that's unique, there's a major mistake in this scene. I have my hat on. I did not have a hat on in any other scenes in the film, I don't think. This is the only time. I don't know why I put the hat on. I don't remember what the reasoning why I put the hat on in between takes. I do think we shot this on a different day. I think that was why. So I think we shot the first scene. We came back, we shot this. And I think that's why I'm wearing the hat. I don't think anyone's pointed it out. I don't think anyone would really notice it unless I pointed it out. But there is a little hat. It's weird that it's there, but the performances in the scene are so good that I just don't think anyone gives a shit if the hat is in the scene or not. 9 films for 922.
Do something with your fucking life.
Josh is just so good in this, and he just captured the vibe that I was feeling in this moment so well. And I feel like if I was gonna do a reel of like best performances this year from like folk filmmaking movies, I think Josh's scene right here would definitely be on his highlight reel. I think he really just goes all in, and I think the pettiness of him throwing the fucking ramen at me is so hilarious. And like we're like almost like playing like we're like kids. We're playing like little children, like trying to play fight. How like childish and like sort of pathetic it becomes. It's very funny.
Calm the fuck down.
Ooh, a hat, yeah. It's just funny that like no one would really notice that, and I don't think it's something that like I noticed it and I was like, oh shit, and then I thought the performance is so good. Why would I re-record this for a hat?
Ask yourself why.
Why like is that really, even if someone did notice it, it's so stupid that it's like not worth re-recording. But
never had
I think that
never
Josh's
had
frustration
any
in the scene is just
of what's actually
palpable.
going on in the world. It's like you don't get people. It's like you can't actually have a real
He just
conversation.
screams
you
why.
have to micromanage everything. You have to over-criticize everything. Why? Why?
I love this part.
And then this.
And this was so
Exactly. You
easy to
can't
act
say anything.
against because it was like he's just going in. All I have to do is just kind of be a springboard against him. And he has like just like this like tantrum kind of. He's gonna throw this thing over my head.
Maybe you can
can actually do something.
And I think that
There's
his
nothing-
character genuinely
there's
loves
literally
my
no other
my
routes.
character. I think he loves his
I'm
brother.
gone.
I think he cares about
Right
him
now,
and he
you
wants
want
him
me
to
to be
do
gone?
better. And I think
I'm gone.
Go.
You
he
sure?
is serious and genuine when he says that he went back for,
Cool.
you know,
Go.
See ya.
because he cared about him. 2 more subscriber gone. Damn. We're going on a record today, folks. Yeah. If I could find a way to remove the hat, I would. But I just think it's so minimal
we were
of a problem that it's just like not even
high
a
school,
problem in my opinion. I
and
will
you
be
guys are just-
muting,
you and
so I think
our
music
group that
comes
we hung out
in
with, you were
like
just
around
picking on me, calling me
39 minutes. I'm
names.
gonna mute around like 38
And I got you
preemptively,
on the freaking couch, and we just
and
I
then
just
the rest of
started
the thing
throttling
will
you.
play without music.
It's one of the worst fights I've ever gotten into with anyone.
But yeah, I'm very proud of this movie. I think that me and Josh really gave it our all.
Think about that a lot.
We put it all on the table. The movie, I think, turned out as good as the movie could possibly turn out.
It's not easy. It's
I
not
think
easy
that
being an
like
older brother.
there's
You
a
get lot
version of this movie where
responsibilities.
it's
Mom
got
and
more
Dad
coverage and it's probably better
put the house
edited,
on me,
and
put the
et cetera, et cetera.
will on
That's a movie that I don't think I had time to shoot.
they went.
I had to finish the 12 features and I had to
and I wish
make what I had to make. And I
I
promised
was a
myself I
nicer
was going to
older
do
brother,
12
but
and I
I've
wasn't going
shielded
to
you from a lot of
fail
shit,
because I was behind.
a lot of things. That
And I think
no
that the
one should
movie I
have to
made
deal with.
was the movie I'm
It's
very
not
happy
like a
that I made.
woe is
And I think that
me,
the release of this movie,
selfless thing. It's just
I'm
what
very
it is.
excited to see where we'll go. I do think this movie has a lot of
I'm
legs on
sorry
it,
if
and
I've
I can't
taken it
wait
out
to
on
see
you
what
and
people will
fucking
think
made you
about
do
it
all the
when
shit you
they're
didn't
done.
want to do.
And if you have joined the stream, Charlie says, I
I'm
like
selling the
the
house.
hat. Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
gonna
again,
sell
maybe
it
the
and get
hat's
out of
maybe
here.
the hat's kind of funny that there's like a random hat in the scene. I don't know.
It's gonna take some time.
I'm
gonna have to
proud of
clean it
this
up, but
movie,
I'm not gonna
and
expect you to be here the whole time when I'm cleaning it up.
I can't wait to see where it will go from here.
Just expecting you maybe once in a while to stop
Like
by and help
making
me out,
more movies, like
and I'll be better, and I'm not
12
gonna give you
features. I think like
shit.
I've really
Can you at least do that?
gotten used to a certain working style, and I'm excited to see if I can like modify that to make it more dynamic. I think that what's great about this is that you can produce very watchable, enjoyable, dramatic features with not a lot of time on your hands, and they can be very watchable and very enjoyable. I think that
Things
that's
like this
cool.
happen
That's
with
like a
every
really cool
single-
thing that like in 4 days, me and Josh put this together. There was literally 4 days.
and when
We
it
talked about
happens,
some stuff, and that's it. And I think that like the world is a better
gotta deal
place
with it.
because of this movie's out there. And I think in a lot of cases that's
You
what
can
it is
put it
when you make a
behind
short
you.
movie. It's like, yeah, it's not gonna like
You can
burn up
go
the world and
forward.
make millions of views, but this is a cool movie, and I'm very proud of the movie
as
we
long
made.
as you deal with it.
Okay, I think I need
This
to.
is
I think I
how-
need to mute now preemptively. This is a trademark. Show the characters but don't show their face. This is very much a 922 Films thing. I do think that like there's a privateness to the way that I filmed this movie that kind of adds like you feel like you're kind of like in the room watching these characters doing this thing, but you're not necessarily. I think someone said earlier, you feel like a kid watching your parents fight. I feel like in this way, you're almost like a ghost watching these brothers fight. Maybe you are the parents in this scene. Maybe you are the ghosts of the parents watching them. There's a kind of stillness and like lack of cutting, that we could have easily like done front angles of this and made it work, but I do think that like it would have potentially over-aggrandized the moment. I think the moment was a very private, solemn moment, and like when brothers cry, they're very rarely, in my opinion, they're usually trying to hide it. They're trying to hold it within, not express it. Yeah, 4 days. 4 days was the whole movie was shot in, which is pretty cool. That's the second fastest I think I've ever done for a movie. I think Watch Me As I Go was 4 days as well, and then One Shot was obviously 1 day. Yeah, Josh. What a bro. What a G. I think when I had very little friends and very little opportunity, and I was feeling pretty depressed, I think Josh really showed up to be there. And just like magic, there was a flicker of the light at the end. Not at all planned. It was like cinema magic. And what's cool is we ended up shooting this scene the same time when we shot the very first scene. So we shot the logo and then this the same day. So we just kind of repeated the same shots. Or same style of shots. I think that the other one was a little wider. And I love that he's drawing the poster. I think that's so cool. That's like such a like unique little like character thing. Is like he's like making the poster that you see in the film when you go on Letterboxd. It's like that's the poster for the movie. It's pretty cool. I liked that being the only in color scene. I know those scenes are kind of cliche at times, but I felt like to contrast the blandness of the first logo, I thought it was cool to like put this in color and not, you know, I guess I could have not done either, but I do think that it worked out better that way. Maybe your next extension of the 12 features can be about 4 movies for 4 seasons. Cut the power to make you guys listen to them. Ooh, Charlie, that's great. Yeah. I love the idea about the cutting the power. Like, maybe that's like, I think you could even interpret, like, I think this is what Jenny's trying to say. You could interpret the power cutting as, like, the parents, the ghosts of the parents, trying to talk to them in a weird way. And that was definitely not intended, but, like, I could see that being as a, thanks to Maria, she definitely was, like, my very best friend and like, helped me through a really rough time. And I'm definitely dedicate this movie in her honor and in my brother Joe. Yeah, that's the movie. Any questions, Tora, Josh? If you are available, man, I would love to get you on Discord. If you are available, just type Discord in here, and then I'll go to Discord and we can jump in and talk. If you're not, I'm assuming you're probably not available. But if you are available, Josh, type Discord in here on the chat. I would love to have like a discussion with you. I think you said you weren't available today, though, for some reason. A different day. Mantra Beeg. How's it going? Everyone who just watched the movie, checked out the movie, interacted with the movie, consider giving it a like and a comment. If you just watched the movie, give it a like and a comment. Give it a review on Letterboxd if you have the time. If you haven't watched the movie or you don't feel like you got to see enough of it, still leave a like and a comment. This will help promote the algorithm to get the movie out there. We're trying to get this movie up to 1,000 views. I think it's very doable, and yeah, I think we can do it. Discord. I can for a bit. Okay, perfect. Josh is in the Discord. Give me a second. Okay. Josh, you want to go jump into the public voice chat? Okay, give me a second. Let me see. Josh, you there?
Yo.
Okay, give me a second. Can everyone hear Josh? Can you speak, Josh, real quick?
Yeah. Check
Okay,
one,
yeah,
check
I think
two.
we can hear you. Give me a second. Let me
Cool.
just go off of display capture, and then I need to correct a couple things real quick. Just there we go. I was trying to get my screen the correct size. So Josh, with some impromptu questions, I know that it kind of catch you off guard. What was it like
Improvising? What is this word?
improvising? Oh yeah, what is this? Dude, I'm having a great day. We lost like 42 subscribers today.
Oh no, that sucks.
Yeah, I accidentally like put all my live streams live, and then
Oh.
send it all to all my subscribers, and I think people are pissed.
Oh wow.
It's funny, but couple questions. What was it like making the movie? I guess what was it like when I first kind of came to you? What were your thoughts on it? Like when I first came to you, just honest,
Right.
raw thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of those things where it was like that, like there was no way to possibly foresee what that movie was going to end up being. So it was just like, okay, either go for it or um, hold off until there's a more structured idea, I guess.
Yeah, it was very. It was, I don't know. I found it to be very unique.
Yeah,
How
I
the
mean-
movie came together. I mean, we were both kind of going through some shit at the time. And,
yeah, and
You
it came right off of that chlorine shoot, which was like the most
fucked
cursed
shoot of all
night
time.
of.
Yeah.
Which I think we were feeling good.
Yeah, we shot a scene for we shot a day for the final day for Chlorine Kills of the first
Yeah.
batch of shooting was the absolute most cursed day of my life. I don't know about everyone else, but like everyone was miserable. There's a photo of it and it looks like we literally entered David Lynch's Twin Peaks. We literally look like we're in the fucking Red Room, like. So yeah, it was hot off that. I was literally just going through some crazy stuff in my relationships and stuff. And,
Yeah.
I mean, like just being honest, it was just I was in a really bad mental space, and I was like, "Hey, dude, I gotta finish 12 features. Do you
Yeah.
want to like make this movie?" And I think
Yeah.
you kind of knew like very little.
No, definitely didn't know anything. I mean, it's so hard to describe. It's one of those things where it's like you just kind of had to be there because there's so many little like instances of like, okay, we're just going with it, I guess.
Yeah, it was very weird because we were just kind of going for it. We were just kind of like randomly just putting it together, and
Yeah.
I know.
But on the other side of that, it's like it really was something where it's very personal, and I've seen that on the reviews, and people picked up on that. And so it was it instead of leaning on the structure of a fictional story, we leaned on the structure of the things we were going through in that time, in that moment.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a crystallized. I know one reviewer, one person said that like basically it felt like a dream, like a childhood dream, or like a memory or something. And I feel like I see myself in that basement scene, the very very beginning scene of the movie when I wake up.
Yeah.
And that transports me to a place because you saw how like fucked up where I was living at the time, like, in terms of like the movie. The movie downplays how fucked everything was, kind of. I think it was much worse than actually what the movie showed. I actually think I was trying to be a little bit more respectful of not showing everything. But it was much worse, and I don't know. There was a certain just like nostalgia to like seeing that and being like, "Holy crap, that was only 3 months ago." And I was literally like,
I remember. I don't know how much you want to get into details.
I don't care.
Like, a 2 week. I remember like a 2 week. The first thing I see is like a 2 week old steak, and you're like, "Don't let the dogs come down here and eat the steak." Just
Yeah, there was like food and shit, and like I had not picked it up yet. I mean, again, I was uberly depressed. I was not taking care of myself, and again, I'm thankful. Hopefully, I didn't just did I turn my mic off?
Oh
No. Okay, I thought I might have. Yeah, it was just like a really screwed up situation, and I think like if you hadn't been there to make that movie, I just don't know. Like, I don't know if I would have finished 12 features. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I was planning on Chlorine Kills being the last 2
Yeah.
features, and that was gonna ride us out to the end.
Yeah.
And then when I was like, oh no, there's just no way we're gonna get this done.
Yes.
That was
I guess I felt like a genuine, like I just have to do this. Like I and even through the things I was going through at the time, it's one of those things that I didn't want to necessarily do, but I just felt I can't really explain that feeling, but it was like, I have to do this. I had to make this movie. There's some reason behind it, and it's definitely, it's like a, it's hard to describe, but it's a piece that's like kind of this medium, this space in between, like a shifting or something like that, I guess,
Yeah.
that occurred there. So
Yeah.
definitely was crazy to look back and watch it though. Last week. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you saw it last week, and it just was it just like really crazy for you to like experience it again now that
Yeah,
you had,
100%.
you had lived it, but now you had truly experienced
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, because before then it was just the memories of like, because I'd never seen anything of it until basically it was finished, and it was like, oh wow, yeah, I remember this, but it wasn't like one of those things where like I saw the project as it was like being created so much.
Yeah,
It was just
you
really
showed
crazy
up.
seeing it.
You showed
completed.
up. We directed the movie together. Basically, we shot a
Yeah.
couple scenes here and there, every couple days.
Yeah.
And then you just
Vanished.
you vanished. Like we didn't like hang out after that either. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like, oh, Dan and Josh became best friends and fucking hung out every day afterwards. It was like, no, we made the movie. You pieced out,
Yeah.
and that was it. It was like we were ghosts. And
Yeah.
then it's funny because like this movie was so chill. Like I my thought process was like, oh, like I don't remember there being a strained moment on the film at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely not.
Like-
It was definitely one of those like, yeah.
Dream projects where you just everything clicks
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. Definitely.
I felt
Yeah.
that in my bones that like it was just like a very dreamy project that we just kind of got lucky on every day. And it was so
Dude.
funny because the very following film, the one that me and Joel shot, the gardening one,
Yeah.
was just a nightmare.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just like
Yeah.
we were like, because we were going down to the wire on that one. We literally were down
Yeah.
to like the last 4 days. Joel had to
Yeah.
like shoot a wedding, and there was like, we only have, if we don't get it done today, 12
Wow.
features won't get done. And we basically
Wow.
went down to the final day.
Yeah.
Um,
Man, I never really thought about it like that. That kind of speaks to the core of the movie, though, because the movie in a lot of ways blessed us, like by this sort of, it just the I don't know how else you call it, the magic of cinema, with the house having its own character, with the with the electric going out, and like I don't even think that wasn't even the idea at the end, was for the power to go out. But then it just ended up being like this heavy part of the narrative with the basement flashlight scene. It's just like
yeah,
all
it
these
just-
little things.
We
Like
just got
we got
lucky.
blessed by cinema.
yeah,
They gave us.
we got very lucky. We got very
Yeah.
we got very lucky. Like
Yeah.
that random things came together and made it seem like, oh, like, because I think everyone would be like, oh, he did some VFX to make it look like.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it
Yeah.
just like literally just went out. The power went out,
Yeah. Really.
and that
Like
like
I saw all that happening. I was like, man, wow. The all these little things ended up becoming a movie, and that was cool to see.
yeah,
The
and
narrative float and everything.
I think it just really pulled the story together.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm very excited to see this movie sort of take its own life in being out in the public and seeing, you know, what people will think about it the further and further it goes out.
Yeah.
I think that it's definitely one of the more personal works
Mm,
that I think either of us have been attached to.
yeah.
And I love, like, also one thing I love to touch on is like the poster. I mean, that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I think that like you did a great job on the poster, and I love how it's incorporated in the movie, where it's like that's the ending frame is the poster. It's kind of like a meta.
Yeah.
It's very meta. Like he draws the poster that you see. That's the promoting poster for the movie.
Right.
It's just kind of cool.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
do you have any thoughts or random questions or things about the movie to me, or
I mean,
things you want to say to the audience?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's. I don't know how. I haven't looked at it. I haven't followed everything the last 2 days, but I hope that there's some people. I guess the one thing for me is that it was like, I hope there's some people that can watch this with like their brother or their sibling,
Hmm.
and they go and watch this movie. If they have a chance to watch a movie like this with their sibling, I think there'll be something they can connect and bond with together through that. Because I know I haven't showed it to my brothers yet, and I'm hoping to do that very soon.
This is
I
definitely
think
a
it'll be
piece
cool to
that
see.
I'm really excited to show my brother
Yeah,
because I feel like it would be so interesting to see. I
Yeah.
feel like it's weird because it's like none of these events are true events. They're obviously fictionalized
Right.
events for a movie, but like
yes,
so many of them. I mean, like there was the part, the fire scene, and then
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about the grandma story, and we had not pre-talked about this.
yeah.
I literally just said, I'm gonna tell you a story about something, and you're just gonna like talk to me about it.
Dude.
And then
Okay,
you start
yeah, I
talking
gotta
about
bring
the.
something up. I don't know if I've explained that to you, but you started explaining that, and that was my real reaction
Yeah.
because one of my childhood things is I had these nightmares where there was this bad grandma that would come and steal me. And so when you said this thing about grandma, I was like, wait, what the frick is going on right now? I was like, oh shoot. Yeah, that was
You could tell.
that
I
was
felt like
crazy.
you could tell that you were genuinely interested in like what I was saying, like not
Yeah.
just as a film. You were like, oh my gosh, like he actually is saying,
Yeah.
know, what's
this childhood grandma weirdness.
Yeah, we both had weird childhood grandma stories that just happened to link up in
Yeah.
a scene, and we had no pre-planning on that. That's where I'm talking
Yeah.
about, like the magic of cinema just randomly took
Yes.
over.
Dude.
And
Oh man, that's cool. That's so cool.
yeah,
Thinking about that now as we're talking about it, because it really was at the core. That's part of what this thing is.
yeah, I think that like that's the core of this whole like movie making experience of making improv feature films.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like wow, like look at how special it is that we like got to make this movie together.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah, and it's one of those things where like there's so many things, like people talk about improv and all that, but it went beyond that in many ways because it was like you could go and like cast some random person, you know, off the street and try to improv with them, but it wouldn't work the same as what this is. And the way that you thought of the story, and me having siblings and whatnot, and then what we were going through at the time, that's where the real improvisation began to play out.
Yeah, that's
You feel me?
yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
this movie couldn't have been made with me and anyone else. I think this movie is a product of me and you, and I
Yeah.
feel like we were both perfectly positioned to make this movie. I don't feel like I could have made this movie with Ed or with Joel. I feel like this movie was me and you, and it was very like me and you in this movie, and I felt like there was
Yeah.
no like replacing either of us. I feel
Yeah.
like the movie was us, and it was imbued
Crazy.
by our kind of
Yeah.
downtroddenness at the time.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that I have great memories associated with this film, and
Yeah.
it's one of a few movies I'll be promoting this month that I'll be out.
Oh,
Definitely another one coming soon around the pipeline.
exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. There's a scene that I absolutely love. I have to mention it in this one. When you look at the microwave and you're like, why is this melted? What the hell? I just love that. I think that's so funny.
Yeah, I think you were just. We were standing there. I was literally. I'm gonna bring this up, and he has no idea not to say this, because I noticed this, and I was like genuinely interested, and so I'm gonna do this during this while we're
Yeah.
recording this scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
If those, for those that don't know, like his microwave at his house like has a handprint melted candle, and I'm like, how does that even happen?
Yeah.
How hot? Yeah, it's just funny.
How hot does it have to be? Like, what the hell? Like, how does it even get to that point?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely insane.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I was shocked too. It wasn't like I knew why it was melted like that either. I was literally just like, well, and it's melted.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start testing theories now that we're getting this deep into this.
Yeah.
Might just have to start melting microwave handles and other handles and seeing how hot a hand has to be and what could possibly. Yeah. This is busted.
We're busting this myth right now. That's funny. But yeah.
I definitely want to. I only viewed the film once so far, so I want to watch it a couple times now.
Yeah, I've watched it a few times just for editing purposes, but like,
Yeah.
I've really watched it and sat down. Sat down and watched it with my girlfriend, and that was the only time I really truly watched it. And I think that wasn't even a fully finished cut. It was like 90%.
Oh, wow.
It was like 90%. Dude, I am losing so many subscribers right
Oh,
now.
man.
49 now.
Hey. Yeah, I saw the notification on my phone
About what?
of the live videos.
What did it say?
It said it showed it's 12 features of failures. The first thing that pops up. Notifications.
What,
It
did
was
you
a video you did.
Did you get
a while
multiple
ago.
notifications or just that one?
It says it gave me a notification saying new videos, and then they're all old videos. It just doesn't make any sense why.
I don't get why YouTube would send them out.
Yeah. That makes no sense.
They're uploaded videos that should be
Yeah.
able to be re-uploaded to like I didn't re-upload them.
Yeah,
I literally
100%.
just like it makes no sense. Well,
And I'm looking at it, and these say they're unlisted or something. Wait,
it's just
yeah, the notification is on. It doesn't make any sense. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
And YouTube's doing all this weird new stuff now
yeah. Did I tell
with the
you,
live videos being separate.
dude? Go to 922 film or go to $5 Film School. Look at the
Yeah.
go to the merch store. Hit
Oh
the,
shoot!
hit the store,
Oh wow! Oh cool!
dude. Isn't that cool?
Oh my gosh! I didn't know this is a thing. That's super dope,
Yeah, I got it hooked up so you can officially buy merch.
dude.
I just got
Heck
it set
yeah!
up. I got it
Oh
set
my
up tonight.
gosh!
Oh, let's see. Got a couple questions. We
Watch
got
me as I go, hoodie. Wow, that's super cool.
yeah. You can buy one if you want.
What are you trying to say, Dan? You're trying to get me to finish this poster?
Finish the fucking post. No, actually,
I'm working on it.
the sooner you get it, the sooner it come out. It might. I mean, theoretically, it could come out on Monday. How much thought did you put into the camera and the gear? I mean, camera was just kind of like we placed it where it was in the scene. Gear, very little. I mean, it was what we had. Do you ever have a film idea that's based around the camera, the look? Yeah, I think my movie 6 Days Alone, which was based around an iPhone, there was clearly a look that was imbued with it. And obviously, I go into any movie I work with my Sony knowing it can give me certain results. In this case, this movie, I don't think was intended to be sepia tone or 4:3 necessarily. I just kind of like went with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you feel about that, but I liked it. I thought it like looked cool.
Yeah, I once you did the 4, I don't even know. I remember you like messing around with it when you were editing. I don't know what caused that, but
Yeah.
to go for it. But I mean, your camera gear is classic 922. Well, now $5 Film School
Yeah.
camera gear, the 35 millimeter that somehow has a soft lens filter on it, even though it doesn't have that on it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the classic A7,
Yeah.
A7 III.
Yeah, actually there's a lot of softening I do to the image digitally.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. There's a secret little sauce that Doomed Productions taught me. How to soften the footage. That looks really, really nice. And it just looks like everything looks so buttery smooth.
Yeah.
But yeah, the merch store is pretty cool though. I thought you'd think that's cool. So I'm gonna
That's super cool.
I'm gonna try to get all the posters on shirts.
That'd be dope.
Oh, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I think that would be fucking awesome. just in time for the release of the new sequel to Watch Me. It's like, oh, we got T-shirts here.
Dude.
You could get a cup. But yeah, I don't know. I think I might announce the merch store soon. Just
Definitely.
I think that'd be cool to see like all the shirts and all the stuff have all the posters on it. Because I feel like people might not pay for the movies, but they might buy a shirt. They might buy They might buy a Chlorine shirt if they were like, oh wow, I like Chlorine.
Yeah.
There's no real other merch that like especially if I ran it as like an exclusive run, like hey, it's gonna be around for like 6 months, and then I'm taking this down, or it's gonna be down for a month or something.
Right.
That might be kind of cool. Yeah, picking up the pieces, man. I'm very excited. I would love to make another movie with you. I think it would be cool to see what we can do again on 922 Films channel one of these days.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. I think that there's gonna be. I think there's gonna have to be another movie between us. I think this was good enough that I think that we could totally make something again.
So many ideas we've talked about. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like whatever. I think it'll be interesting to see where 92. I keep saying 92 Films. It's so $5 film school. I think it's so. We've done so many different styles. I can't wait to do kind of like a more mainstream style. I think that'll be interesting to see like where that would go, like doing something that like has more coverage and isn't so improv based.
You're gonna use a gimbal, Dan?
Maybe I'll use it.
He's gonna use a freaking gimbal, isn't he? Mainstream.
The camera's gonna be moving.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool for sure.
I just think it would be interesting to see, like, okay, this sort of level of polish, but like maybe a little bit more, like going in a little bit more detail. This movie definitely is more, minimalistic in how it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, have you worked on a new intro for your $5 film school?
I was gonna ask you to help, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I
was like, because it can't be 922 anymore, right? For your movies
I was
going
going to, but I really do think that it can't. I don't think it can. That's why I left this film and Tell Me You Love Me logoless.
Oh wow!
So there's no logo right now. I figure I'd rather there be no logo than confuse people.
Yeah, I like the minimalist sort of thing you had going there for the titles and whatnot.
For
kind of gave me
picking up pieces.
For picking up pieces, yeah.
Like just the white with the text.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the smart play for this movie. I don't think we needed to get too we didn't need to get too detail oriented. Like it's just like yep, here it is, black text on white background. I mean, to me, I think that's when I came up with the idea of it being a black and white movie or a sepia tone kind of, because I was like, wait a minute, I kind of just like put the footage in a sepia tone filter, and I was like, damn, this looks really good. It like just feels like 10 billion times more depressing.
Yeah, I thought I liked it. Does it have a little bit of saturation? Or
Yes,
is it
there is. You can see
very minimal?
Like if you squint on certain scenes, you can see some color in there.
Yeah.
If you look really closely, there's a little bit hint of like green and red in there.
Very nice.
And it was one thing. It was like I batted that around. I was like, well, maybe I should just leave it the way it is and leave it with color. I was like, I just don't feel like there was anything special about it being in color. It didn't like give me that wow factor. I was just like, it just feels like it was just graded normally. And I was like, I feel like after like Ramen Sucker Punch, one thing I learned is that like sometimes having a look does really imbue a film with a style. Sometimes just going 1000% naturalistic doesn't necessarily benefit anyone. Everyone who's in the stream, we got about 9 or 10 people. If you haven't already, go check out the film, picking up the pieces. It's free on YouTube. Give it a like, comment, and a share if you want to help promote indie film. If you do that right now, that would be super helpful. Thank you so much to Josh. I know, Josh, you probably want to get going eventually at some point. Everyone say thanks to Josh for coming out impromptu onto the stream. I appreciate it. And
Yes, sir.
yeah, this has been
Yes,
this has been a
peace
lot.
out, everybody. I hope you all enjoy the movie. I
Yeah.
have to wake up in a couple of hours.
Yes.
I'm in my bed, falling asleep now.
Yeah,
I'll
and
see you.
if you can find it somewhere on the dark web, find Deepfake. It's a great movie.
Oh, stop. Nobody supposed to know about that.
Oh yeah,
Stop, man.
it's too
Yeah.
late. It's too late.
There's a movie out there.
It's somewhere out there.
But yeah, I'm gonna head out here.
Yeah. Peace.
But this was nice. Yep, I will. We'll talk soon.
Yeah.
See ya.
Peace. Love you, brother. And that is gonna conclude, I think, our stream for today. Thank you guys for checking out the stream. Everyone, thank you. Joe's Quadcopters. Hey guys, love the new movie. Maybe still question. Speaking into the top of the Blue Yeti. Are you speaking into the top of the Blue Yeti? Or using it? Maybe I'm speaking a little too close to it. Is that what you're saying? Either way, I am peacing out for the stream tonight. I'm just trying to shoot best quality audio. Yeah, I could probably, if I'm speaking directly into it, if I'm speaking away from it, I'm assuming you're saying it's not as good quality if I speak directly into it. Is that what you're saying? It's meant to be used as a side address mic. Oh, is that how it is? So like this? That might make more sense. But either way, I am peacing out for the stream. Thank you guys for checking out this stream. This was a lot of fun. Please check out the movie. It's meant to be talked into the side. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. That makes a lot. Oh, so more like this. I get what you're saying. I think. I will definitely look into how the Blue Yeti works a little bit more. This is just some mic that my mom gave me. So, thank you, everyone. It's pointing at your crotch currently. How is it pointing at my crotch? I don't know. Maybe I'm, I think I see what you're saying. Oh, I think I see what you're saying. Okay, I get you. So you're saying that this thing should be straight up, and I should be talking side address. I got it. That makes a lot of sense. So plug the cable in. Well, I will definitely fix that for the next stream. Thank you so much for joining us. Check out Picking Up the Pieces. Leave a review on Letterboxd. Leave a comment on YouTube if you've seen it. Give it a like. Give it a share. Promote it. We're going to get this movie out there. Thank you so much.